I'll be with you guys in a minute if anyone's there. I'm just getting myself set up. Yeah, because I'm that organised. I'm really organised with this. What's that, Liz? There's plenty of stuff, and it's not all the stuff that I don't need. Did you? Did you leave or did you get fired? There is a difference. Telling me this is the only song that I've got available to hand. This little cruiser here. Seriously? Yeah, that's what you're telling me. Great. There's some over here. I will get to you guys in a minute. I am going to start working on it. It's just that I'm really ill prepared for this. Holy cow. I'll get to you chat in a minute. Oh. So, I'm really well prepared for this. Big roll. Solder. And now, typically, because I need my solder, I can't bloody find it. Depth adapters. Again, not going to help me with this. What we're on about? You can't go spoiling what routes are filmed, that's just pointless. You've broken completely the whole idea of Patreon. That looks like I'm doing this with the smallest amount of solder possible. On the desk, I suppose. definitely not on the desk. Okay. I'll do it with what I've got. Never mind. Sod it. Thank you for retracting your message. Oh, that's broken that. Yeah, I'm doing this with the smallest amount of solder because now I need the solder. I can't find it, even though I had a literal shit ton of it. Never mind. Right, let's turn up the light off and shut the door behind me. So we're now in. Right, so I'm now actually going to get to you. Welcome to my kitchen. Right, let's catch up first. Left for a coach company. I'll take it you got your good old tachograph then. Nice one. No, I'm going to eventually make it so the reverse lights work. That's a good start. I'm doing alright, thank you, Ross. I'm back in work Tuesday. Yes, we did get a good, that's the one. Yeah, we did. Cooking. If you could see the state of my kitchen, it won't be cooking with Jordan, it would be washing up with Jordan. So, bearing in mind I can't see what's being recorded because my laptop's gone into a state of, I'm just going to sit here and load. Because it's good like that. So, I presume you can see me, I presume everything's in focus. I'm going to need that shortly. So, this is the gear selector that we've got. We've got the standard D&R R1 ZF box in it. This is the front plate which is firmly attached to it because this side here is knackered, this side here is stuck. So, first of all is to get this off this stupid black case. I've had this off once today to send a picture to someone, so it's going to be a bit easier to get off. Just get that down to the bottom of the lid. So we have inside the good old gear selector here. Not too sure what you can see here because, like I said, the laptop has gone into a state of I'm just going to sit here and think about it. Let's refresh it. Doesn't help that I'm running the battery up, the laptop on battery power. So we have inside the gear selector here, so you have each of the three push switches which are all interlocked, so you can't like press reverse if you're in drive. Same if you're in reverse, you can't press. Because the interlocking plate here, which is all done quite intelligent really. Oh, hang on, let's have the laptop load up. Come on. Do you know they sold me this laptop as this laptop is for social media. I'm hoping that that's not the true quality and it's actually good quality. So with this now on the back here, from what I know from previous, pin 9 here is what does the reversing lights, which is the main fix for this. 12 and 1 are power. So this pin here is the reversing lights, this pin here is the other half of the reversing lights, and you won't be able to see this, but there will be a high-res photo later on the blog page. Evening Oliver, first time I ever got 1 hour early due to do oh, so you're talking mutual. So this track here, like I said, there's going to be a high-res photo on. That is corroded away. it does make contact if we put the meter to continuity. So this is making sure that between the two pins make continuity. If I put my fingers on them, I get nothing. If I put them on these two, say on this USB lead here, on the metal shell, and then the metal shell on this side, get continuity because there's earthed. So with that in mind, let me just dispose of that. I know it's a great little demonstration, this. So again, you have to give me a chance with this sort of stuff. I'm still getting used to it. So with this in mind, bear in mind I've also not got a live view of what I'm doing. I've got the view that's behind because I haven't got my other computer set here in the kitchen with that. So pin 9 here, that's the pin that comes off the actual main switch. And although you do get continuity, it's a bit of a patchy continuity. It could also be pin 11 that does it. But either way, from what I can gather, so if we now press it in for reverse, should get continuity through all these pins. But something somewhere isn't working. Now, like I say, this board does look like it has been sustained an amount of damage. What rate do you have the most? 255 is the one. I need to be able to, hang on, so let me rethink my laptop situation here. Put the blind up slightly, and then I can put the laptop with the blind stuck behind it. He says on the ledge. You see, this is all a truly professional stream. Right, there you go, I can now see. Were you good at science? I was alright. The other place where the fault could lie is within the connector here. Yes, I did get footage done today. And I'm self-taught really, that's how I know about all this. So, one of these pins here corresponds to each one of the 12 pins that is there. Ironically, they don't label them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they're annoying enough to label them. Well, from this angle it's 6, 11, 2, 10, 5, 3, 7, 4, 1, 12. Which means 6 is missing out of that, so they've only put one, it's either 6 or 9. So the fault can lie here. Yes, we did get footage done today, thank you. So it's just a case of going round them. Right, so that one there is pin 6 or 9, whichever one you look at it. And that works flawlessly. So pin 11. Is that one there, which works flawlessly. Now, last time I had this out and reconnected, the reversing light started working. So I don't know if it's an intermittent fault which is on this board. So one of the ways to solve an intermittent fault is just to keep doing that. Oh, 19 people. How nice. Because gear selectors, ironically, aren't cheap. PSV sell them for, I think they're about £80, I think. I'd have to have a check on the other computer. I've got fluff in there. when they can persuade drivers not to drive any longer. I don't know. Just let me get my good old... I say good old, it's not even over here. Where is it? Can you see how prepared I was? I'm even that prepared. I've got the other half of the dash here on the other kitchen side. Oh, I don't know where that is that I'm looking for, my flipping spyglass. Or my magnifying glass, whatever you want to call it. Got everything but the magnifying glass here. So, now I could just try. So, R5 here is the fuse to it, which you can test is good by just putting your meter in continuity over it. Now that is showing that that fuse is 326 ohms, 0.2. Which normally, well, it's not a fuse, sorry, it's not a light, it's a resistor. So that's all good. It's obviously hard to do. Hopefully companies don't try it. They'll never give out bus driver jobs. See, that pin there is common between them all, supposedly. I think it is when it's in neutral. Oh, boiler's fired up. That one, that's... Just trying to remember what was power. Because one comes in here. Just get rid of that crustiness. Yeah, 1999, but technically according to DVLA it's 2000. Don't get it. Right, so one goes through the board, through a pinhole, and then comes up here. So one is actually possibly the metal shell as well. No. But one is these pins here. So it's just crusty as. Possibly the same gear selector that was in it when it was new. Wouldn't surprise me. Got a serial number here. I've got a bit of, yeah, I've even got a serial number, 116790 ZF. You know, proof's in the pudding. I'll actually show it up here, but it's down there. So. What does 2 also link into? 7. So when that links in neutral as well. So, in theory, what my original plan was, because I believe it was pin 9, My original plan was just to solder a wire between 9 and that pin there. There is resistance there, but it's only 1 ohm of resistance. So that might not be the cause. Because what I'd also like to say is the reversing lights were working and then they stopped working. Really, the power from power pin there. You can't test beyond the resistor because you've got the resistor in. See, but this pin here must be the power pin because it's got something in common with all of them. Same as this middle one here, but this middle one linked to pin 7 on it. Oh no, pin 1, sorry. So really, when reverse is selected, I should get a voltage out of pin 1 from there. But I don't. I can't read that from this distance. Same as pin 12. Is it pin 7 on this one? 7. I've got a reading of 2 ohms and going down. So this is going to end up to be a short stream because it looks like it's going to be one of these issues which is going to keep coming and going. We're going to frantically get it working for it to sit its MOT. And then it's going to stop working on us. I could see this being a I've no idea what you guys are on about. So which pin was it in here? Just give this a second. Shut up, I'm using it. Yeah, it's got auto off this meter. So I think it was that one, wasn't it, that was pin 9. Oh no, that was 11. And that one was... See, I think that was pin 9 originally. That one there. You see how pin 9's now stopped? Well, there's pin 9. means there should be a complete trace from 1. So with that switched in, that should get a full connection. And it doesn't. So that more indicates now as dirty contacts, which is something I think here I'm going to struggle to do due to 99.9% of my tools are at the bus. Just throwing that about. But I really don't fancy having to buy a new gear selector. Like I said, they are quite expensive. So what this also does is gives us access off the front panel here. So that makes it a bit more usable. D is cracked anyway, needs a new bulb. Is that any better? Hang on. Sorry. As I say, I can't see the live stream. I've got the same stream that you can see. It's a bit bloody inconvenient. Quite frankly, I think it's that one. It's causing the issue, which is the middle pin this side, so it's either that one there. Then this is high tech, it really is. Yeah, I've got the same feed you've got, and on my feed I've just put the gear selector down now. So that's how far behind it is. It's not the best. I've just got the no signal. I'm not now, but I am quite intelligent in that way. I do always roughly know what I'm doing, and I've always got Chris by my side to help me when I need it. I've got paint and corrosion on the actual switch plates. Well, hang on, let me just refresh my stream then. Jesus Christ. That's how crappy the laptop is. I'm glad you can see the side of my face. I'm presuming these two springs that's intriguing. Oh, this has corroded this to buggery. Looks like, guys, I'm going to be having a new gear selector, because this one appears, apart from it to have like wildlife growing in it, it appears fucked. That's not the only wildlife either. What's the max speed you did? Well, supposedly it's 62, isn't it? Unless you're rolling down a hill, then you could probably get away with doing a bit more. Ah yes, there's deep corrosion on that. Got a feeling Cammy might be right. Right, we'll put it back together. But it does appear like this is now, it's going to annoy me now because I'm not going to get the D. I'm on the same flipping rotation as everything else. does appear that mine can't even beat 50 bloody 5. Right, let's put the front plate back on. And I'll order a new one. Because currently it's in a sad state with, or it will be in a day's time. Because I forgot to take it with me. Just to piss the Malaysians off that always want the bus being moved. So it fits their business plans. I've got a nice little gift that I ordered and has arrived. Just to really piss them off when I go, yeah, I can't move it. Because at the moment, with this not in the bus, it's like it's not going anywhere. You know, it'll start, but it'll select neutral. Or neutral. It can't select drive, and it can't select reverse. It ain't going anywhere. If we go down a hill it will. Mine just maxes out. It's got a stupid speed limiter on it and fucking rev limiter. So it gets stuck just past those that know the rev gauges, it's just past the green band where it goes like 3 lines. Even at 55 mine tops out just past there. I've just watched the really appalling camera work on my elbow in your faces while I put this back together. Right, so I need to go and find... See, not even the black case fits properly. It's just... It's seen its days, this. That's why I didn't need the soldering iron, I didn't need the solder. Sure it wasn't a hybrid. They do the same. Well guys, what I'm going to go do now is I'm going to go order a new one of these pieces of shite. I'm going to edit some footage without you guys because that spoils it, and because I don't know the stuff I've done, I don't know where I am, so I'm going to have to keep rendering the maps up and all sorts like that to work it out. But I thought this would be a nice, easy, quick stream where I could do, you know, a little bit of soldering and explain and show why it doesn't work. Not, it's fucked and I'm going to buy a new one. Because I think the amount of corrosion that's in here that I've now seen in daylight, although yes, it could be repaired, and it's probably not beyond my skill to repair it, but quite frankly it's possibly easier to get a new one. Possibly. However, I'm sure they're about £80, could be cheaper than that. Because really all this is a box with some switches in it, a bit of interlocking, and a connector with round pins. That's all it is. There's nothing. I could get a reconditioned one, yes. I could send this off for reconditioning if I wanted to. It's something to look into. Definitely. It's one of them, because of the corrosion inside, yes, I could fix it probably, Chris could fix it, definitely. But, it's one of them, when it's something like this, is it viable? As in, is it worth it? the bus, I've been speaking to Cammy, who introduced himself by email to me. This is the original gear selector out the vehicle. As in, that's the original form. It does have kick down the vehicle. So there's something else preventing that kick down from working. Again, that could be something simple. They'd notice that. It could be something simple that's stopping that kick down from working. It could be the fact that this is faulty. Because if some of them connections aren't being made inside, the gearbox won't be happy enough that it's in its right condition to do kick downs. Or it could just be because the pedal is seized and it's rusted like fuck, that it's just rusted like fuck and can't make a contact, to which some de-ruster will work. However, to annoy the Malaysians, as I said, I'm going to try and do this without bugging you guys. Yeah, I can't actually, hang on. Just fold it over. There we go. I have got one of them to really annoy the Malaysians. So when they say, can you move your bus so we can get the container in? No. Anyway, that's there. I couldn't hit one off a B10 in work if I didn't like my job too much. And I don't pay Chris. Chris does not. Chris is part of the team. He works on the bus for free. With the occasional McDonald's. And the other thing with taking it, or asking, you probably, again, it's going to have seen its life. With them trainees going constantly on it, it's going to have seen, oh there we go, we've got button stuck now. It's going to have seen its life quite easily. There, so right, I'm going to go. I'm going to have my tea because I've not had any tea yet. I've had, today's meal has consisted of club biscuits and a packet of crisp. So I'm going to have something proper to eat. I know this video wasn't what I thought it might be, but saying that I hadn't looked into this before I started filming, so this was literally what I'd seen of it. I'd done a bit in the bus with it a few days ago, which then got it working again. With it being an intermittent fault, at least if we had a new one and the reversing lights still did it, we know it's not this connector, we know it's not this, so we're narrowing it down, because we do know the reverse lights work. And if you do live in the luxury, if you do follow me on Patreon, which I do recommend you do, Patreon/MancBuses. The only place that delivers is Domino's to where I am, and I don't fancy paying £12.50 for a pizza. You know, for one of their meal things. Don't fancy that. Although it's an idea. So it's just a limitation. Like, we know the reversing lights were working, and like I said, if you follow me on Patreon, you'll know. Biscuits and crisp. You'll know, because I posted, you know, and if you're on Facebook, but just had a clean up of Facebook discount. I don't have any. And stop it, you're making me want to buy Domino's now. But I've got, I can't get in the fridge. I've got some steak slices or some mini chicken Kiefs and chips, something like that maybe. Anyway, yes, those that follow on Patreon are on Facebook, but I've just cleaned out my Facebook. It will ban you. I've got the reversing lights working. But then they lasted a few days. We had a bit of rain. and then they stopped again. So that to me is an intermittent connection. However, in the time that they'd gone out and stopped working, I had driven the bus, which then points even further to a loose, dodgy connection, possibly inside this or on here. The only other connector that could be at fault is the one on the other end of this, and I won't even like think about start trying to sort that out. But yeah, right, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna leave you with Domino because you can't finish it because this stops it. So thanks for watching. If you haven't already, subscribe with the bell icon as someone pointed out. Yeah, subscribe with the bell icon so you don't miss anything. It's two a day. I always say 2 a day. It's 1 every 2 days video. Subscribe on Patreon for the latest videos. I've got 4 waiting to go on Patreon right now. They'll probably go on tonight. You will get billed for your first month straight away. Billing is at the start of each month, so if you do it now you get the most out of it. You only have to donate $1 at least, and that gains you the access to it. Yeah, who knows. And just keep an eye on the blog, you know. Anyway, see you later. Bye for now. See how organised this is. Oh no, it fucking shuts the big thing up on me, doesn't it?